I was asked the other day, how can one create a ceiling grid within Caddie, within the AEC tool? Because the customer in question just loved the way that they section, so you can just draw them out, drop your section line through, and everything's done for you. Well, this is a neat little use of DWAs. So effectively what we've taken is a DWA, a door window arrangement, flipped it onto its back, and then we're just going to use that to create our ceiling grid. So if we look here, we can see the ceiling grid in plan, and then if we just take a look up here, we'll see that we actually get the detail of the ceiling grid with the T-sections and the frame, the edge there, and all that will be created automatically when we draw it. So let's take a look at how we can actually achieve that. So I'll go to drawing here, so we've got a similar sort of thing, and we can see that what we've got is a profile, which is going to be the outline of the room that we have for the ceiling. So we've got an origin there for the profile. We've got the width, which will be the width of the DWA, and then the height. So that'll be just the basic room parameters, the room sizes. So let's have a look. We've got a little grid here, so we could just draw something out very quickly. So we could go to a wall. I'm going to use the right for the origin of the wall rather than the left, simply so that we could just define the room size very quickly. I'm going to turn grid snap on, so come down to the bottom there, and then we'll just draw this, and we can see we're just creating it. So it's 7 meters, 8 meters. We come across to here, and down to wherever we want to go, and then back down to here, and then simply close. Okay, so we've got our wall there, and if we just take a quick look at what we've got in it's a constrained orbit there, we can see we've actually got a 3-dimensional wall. We can drop some doors and windows in, and just have them in plan, just make it a little bit more realistic. So we'll stick our doors and windows in so you can see the parameters there. We'll just drop them in. Okay, so we'll pick on a wall there, and just, well, it's not quite sure which particular window we're going for. It just asks us to clarify, so snapping to the grid there, it will just do that, and we can move the walls, the windows around, and so on. But going back to our top view now, so we'll just go 3D views and top. So there we are. We can actually, we'll take this and we'll just copy that. We'll copy it from, just switch off the grid there, we'll just copy it from the end and just drop it in on the corner there. So there it is. Now obviously that doesn't marry up with what we've got at all at the moment. We've got the wrong profile. So we'll draw out our profile just using a simple polyline. So we can come down to here. Now here I could turn on the grid snap again if I wished. So we can draw just around our outline and then close once again. Now we can take that polyline, so just selecting it, and we can go to the AEC tools, make a profile definition. So we could call this example. I'll call it example 01. Give it an origin, so that can be down there. Do we want any additional polylines? No, so we just hit enter on that. Then with this, our ceiling grid, what we'll do is we'll actually create a new one. So we'll copy that one and effectively assign a new properties to it. So we'll call this one example again. So there it is. And then if we take that and then go to its the style, we can come to the shape, and we can come to on a profile rather than a predefined shape, and we can call up the example one, apply that, close it. So that will give us the profile of this, and then all we simply need to do here is just drag these, and then if we just look, I'll just rotate up here, we can see the grip, so we can just rotate that around there. And then going back to our top view, that gives us our ceiling grid there, all nicely centered around on the room. And then having got that, we can simply draw a section through it. So vertical section, quick section here. I'll just drop through there. Option end, and we're looking in that direction. And we'll drop down a section here. It'll just take a couple of seconds to create the section. And then we can take a look in here. So we've got all the windows in there, including those awkward ones to draw where they're on an inclined angle, but you see it's got all of the frame details and so on. Now, as far as the walls go, if you don't want the surface hatching, you select the object. We'll go to our object properties. We'll just change the style from standard to no surface hatch there, which can be achieved just by switching the surface hatching off in the section style. So there is our finished plan section and elevation. And just to highlight, the reason the ceiling is through at that level is we pick on our suspended ceiling there, go to object properties, we'll notice that down at the bottom we've got an elevation, so we can tell it exactly where that sits within the height of the building. Very quick, very easy, and just using a DWA style.